Oh no, I'm saying if people have technical issues, I'll change it.
All
Trying
right.
to give people an excuse to come in. I will change it now. Edit.
Yeah, I have some technical issues.
No, you don't. You have no technical issues.
I never have technical issues. Only sometimes.
Yeah, you talk about technical issues. I don't know if you saw those new videos that were posted, the liquidity pairing video. My God, I haven't done that in so long, and I definitely haven't done it on a PC. I like to use my smartphone for it, and you know the process for it. So it's just click, click, click. I jumped onto PC and opened MetaMask, and I was like, "How on earth do you do this?" I've totally forgotten the whole process. So the video is like 10 seconds and then cut, 10 seconds cut, because it actually, if you look at the timer in the bottom corner, it took me about an hour to do it, just to remember the whole process.
But you figured it out?
Yeah, I got it in the end. It took a little while, but I got there in the end.
Because I'm like a MetaMask god.
Oh yeah, you're the guy, are you?
Hmm?
You're the guy, are you?
Yeah, I'm the in my projects they call me
Yeah.
the stake master.
I'll tell you, if you've got some time, if you could help me with let me just log into my MetaMask. 1 second. So if you go to activity on MetaMask and you can see the transactions that have gone through there, if something is pending or if it's failed or if is there any way to like gain any extra information from that? Like
Yeah,
if it's been
on where?
refunded to you, or sorry, if you go into MetaMask and then activity, so you've got assets and then activity next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can see the ones that failed. Is there any way to then see if you got refunded the gas fees for it or anything like that? Or does it always take the gas fees?
Mine says like sent with a one of them failed, and it's like it says sent with a data whatever fee with the 0, and then I guess like I didn't pay.
So you're talking where it says amount like that. But then I've got total, which is 0.004. I don't actually know that much about that end of it. That was why I was interested to see, because there was a couple that were taking a long time and then they ended up going through afterwards. But even after I got a notification that they that there was a problem with them, so I thought you might have more information than me.
Yeah, I might not be the god actually.
You've been downgraded.
But, I see them, sometimes they go through, and I guess it depends on a lot of factors, like for example, the network in general,
Yeah.
like Binance Smart Chain, and how it's
Yeah.
interacting with the different projects, and it gets advanced.
Yeah, I was just someone was on earlier that was saying that they could show how to read these codes and
Yeah,
see.
you probably can.
Yeah, I'm getting better with it for sure. Learning, I can see the contracts that it's coming from and to and things like that. And even when someone says it's failed, it might just be a matter of waiting a little bit and then it still goes through. Sometimes it goes through on the next block. It's like very strange.
Yeah, but I've noticed, I've used MetaMask pretty much the whole time, but these last days or a week,
so
there has
slow.
been, yeah,
so slow. I mean, that sure. no joke. I'm just going to load up that video that I posted. I start it and the whole thing takes. I mean, when I say I was like relearning it, I know the process. it's not like it's not like a new process, but still took a ridiculous amount of time.
I think it's even if you don't like MetaMask main or whatever, I think it's good to do it sometimes.
Yeah, just to keep yourself in it, I guess.
So what are you using, like Trust Wallet or?
On my phone, I'm using Trustwallet. Yeah, it's great. It's quick. You don't have to set any of the gas fees or anything. It sorts it all out for you, which I find is very nice. But a lot of the users, especially the ones coming across from iPhone, they don't have access to Trustwallet, I guess. So I started that video. You can see from the timestamp. 1 second. It's 6:20, and I finish it at 7:01. 40 minutes to liquidity pair. I'm gonna say half of that was because of me messing around, and the other half is it was just so long to process parts of the payment.
Yeah. Are you like do you buy shit coins?
I've been in and out of stuff for sure, but slowly I've been selling up everything and moving across to here. How about yourself?
I am, I do some high risk stuff sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like joining a launch and just going 3x or something and just sell out stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool. I tried to. It's getting in on stuff early enough, right? And all of these things, it's just gambling. It's just trying to guess when the peak is going to be, because everybody else is doing exactly the same thing, right?
Yeah, but that's why you got to follow like smarter guys. I know a lot of smarter guys, and I just they watch the chart and I draw stuff that I can't see, and they like, wow, you should do something right now.
Are you like in a Telegram group, or are you just following them on YouTube, or?
Yeah, I'm in a lot of Telegram groups. Do you want to join a gem investor group?
Yeah, just invite me or send me a link. That'd be cool. I mean, so many people keep adding me to them, but I like trying to work out which ones are real and which ones are just scams, just pump.
Yeah, but I mean, there are 10 members in it, and 2 are talking right now. They are talking like all the time. Do you see the group?
Where you? Oh, perfect.
Let's go to the moon.
Is that just lols, or is that actually a real one?
Oh, that's just for humor.
Just lols. No problem, mate. Sorry, I'm just trying to do something at the same time.
But it's hard to be a gem hunter if you're not in like real gem investor groups. Then it can be very hard.
Oh, here we are. Thanks. I will. Oh, I see you've added. Excellent. I was watching in the group. I thought you were posting it there. That's cool. Nice.
No,
Who's how do you know these guys?
You see the guy named FB. He's like,
yes.
He's like pretty. Both of them are pretty deep in my project, but they also the ape. He also has his own projects.
Nice.
But I'm not actually a developer. I just know the guys very well.
Yeah, they just have you around for the memes.
Yeah, but I have like an official work mail now, so I guess it's pretty serious. I'm working my way to become a dev in like a long time. Yeah.
It's really exciting.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, I was always kind of on the outskirts of it, and I've just got absolutely thrown in this last 3-4 months. It's taken over all of my spare time.
I feel you. I've been in crypto for like 3-4 years, but it's been on and off. You know, at first it was like I just bought some really serious projects and didn't really watch it. But the last half year or something, yeah, it's stealing all my time.
Huh. Yeah.
I have to go and make some breakfast and stuff. But
No worries,
I'll probably
have fun. Drop by when you've got time. See ya.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Berlin. Thanks for dropping by. Hey, oh, no, never mind. Hey, Kato. Thanks for dropping by. You can unmute yourself or DM me a question if you like. Thanks. Hey, Eddie. If you've got any questions, feel free to unmute yourself or you can just DM me. Thanks. Hey, Dewan. Thanks for dropping by.
Hi. Bye. Just asking that question, actually.
Oh, speaking, I cannot hear you. 1 minute. Let me just check that my settings are right.
Regarding a special, what's that? Smart partnership.
Sorry, buddy. My speakers weren't working. I've just turned them back on. Can you ask your question again?
Okay, regarding smart partnership. Actually, I like that method to be discussed among the investors so that it might be the investor and holder will have a good benefit to hold the Thoreum.
Yeah. So this is a new partnership that we're working on, strategic partnership with a new token that's going to be being launched. And what they're actually doing is they're going to launch using our platform. So the investors will have the choice with you can either purchase their pre-sale tokens using BNB or you'll be able to purchase it using Thoreum. If you purchase using Thoreum, you're going to get a discount, which is crazy. And then because they're going to be on our platform, as they go forward with their token, they're going to have a tax built in to that token. And some of that tax will then be used to buy back and burn Thoreum. So even once they're totally launched and they're going along with their project, a percentage of the tax that they generate will then be used to push up the price of Thoreum long term. It's like another revenue for us. So once the mining finishes, and like imagine that you're one of the remaining holders once the mining finishes, and we're all diamond hands and no one is selling, there is still going to be projects out there that are going to be buying and selling and making transfers and things, generating tax revenue. And a percentage of that tax is then going to be used to continue buying Thoreum and pushing the price up further and further.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Is it the IPO is equivalent to Launchpad?
Again, sorry, I didn't quite understand what you're saying.
Is it if we call that this will be ITO, right? Initial token offering.
Offering. Yeah, it's a pre-sale.
Yeah, yeah, pre-sale is some sort of launch pad which others coins provided.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're saying you're asking, is it are they going to use us as their launching? Is that what you're asking? Yeah, exactly. So it's a dual it's a partnership. They're gonna gain from our huge audience here, and obviously all the advertising that we do and the community that we've set up here. So they're buying into all of that, and in exchange for that, they're going to pay us a percentage of their tax forever. So it's there's some positives and negatives, and obviously the community is going to go across from each other as well. We're going to, as they go on forward, they're going to, a percentage of their tax comes to us. So people will know about Thoreum through that. And obviously, because they're going to be using our us as a launch pad, sure, they're going to, their investors are going to know about Thoreum also, right?
Yeah. Actually, I agree that this one. Very
Sorry,
good
mate,
idea.
It's a novel approach, but it's going to be exciting. Imagine if you can get 20 or 30 like this, all of them pumping their tax back to purchase and burn Thorium. It's gonna absolutely crank up the value of Thorium, right?
Actually, very good idea. Actually, however, actually might be. This is my opinion regarding a fee. Agree, the fee is totally belong to BNB. Just I think today, right? The one of the holder remain that regarding fee is very expensive.
Yeah. Have you ever done any transactions on the Ethereum network?
Actually, the Ethereum is very high. That's why I just maintain on BNB.
So you know that the fees can be high. It depends entirely on the traffic and the complexity of the contracts that you're trying to clear.
Agree.
And when you see BNB actually they've released, Planet Smart Chain have released a lot of information to show the huge increase in the number of transactions that are going on because of all these new contracts that are out there. So they because of that, the blockchain is filling up, and it's going to get it's expensive, and it will continue to get more and more expensive. So it's not looking like it's going to get better anytime soon. So it's going to be up to developers to get smarter and work out, how to simplify their contracts. As we go forward. But right now, there's apart from weight, or I've personally got a tracker on my desktop where it keeps track of the gas fees all the time. So if there's the good thing is that very little of what on Thorium is based on is time sensitive. There's not really any lottery systems or anything like that. So whether you stake something for an hour or an hour and 20 minutes doesn't really matter. So I keep a constant track of that gas fee. And just wait for it to drop off. I don't know which part of the world you're in, but for me, the middle of the night seems like the best time. It's when the prices are the lowest. So I just wait until then, and then I go and harvest everything at the same time. I got a transaction through earlier today, less than $1, so you can still do it. But it is something we're aware of, and obviously the developers aren't sleeping on it. If there's anything that they can do to make it better, for sure they will do.
Yeah.
How are your stakings on Thorium doing? All well?
So far, very good, very nice. Actually, personally, I already profit almost I think 50%.
Wow, that's incredible. That's really cool.
Because I just initially I be from the Cerberus.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. From that, after that, when the Thoreum is start up a pre-sale. From the pre-sale one, just
And are you staked in any of the pools, or are you just holding in your wallet?
actually I had bought 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, 1, 2 and 3, and bought one already finished last 2 days or 3 days, because I'm at the Army Thoreum, so that we have a benefit of early start.
Yeah, you guys got in a little bit earlier. Have you harvested what was the first one, or not yet?
Not actually, not yet. Actually,
No,
the first one I think I put around 100,000 thorium, so
right.
I make it around, I think totally will be 1,500, I think 1,200 thorium.
Nice.
For the vote 1, and basically vote 2 and 3.
Oh, we lost you there a second. Vault 2 and 3. What was after?
Already make I think around might be my calculation will be around 50 to 70%. My personal
Very
view,
nice. Wow. So are you talking just in the numbers of thorium, or are you talking the actual value of what you're taking?
What's it like that? Number of thorium.
Wow. So I mean, oh, you got in almost entirely at pre-sale, so we're about that same price, right? So you need to see a little bit of an increase. But imagine if you dollar cost averaged back at 0.003, you'd be 2x, 3x by now, right?
Yep.
Wow.
Agree.
That's crazy.
Yep.
But it's nice to have the long-term holders here.
Yeah. Actually, initial on a pre-sale, I just bought around, I think on a first pre-sale. Right now, almost total will be, I have around time 2, I think almost 600 something total.
Nice. That sounds like you're doing really well. Sounds like, and it sounds like you're with us for long term, which is always good to see.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
Actually, if everything is going fine, I think should be if depend on the smart partnership, and might be if we look at the road map, will be on maybe the AMM should be come up very something a very good different from the pancake is much better, I think.
Yeah, I mean the pancake's great, but it's a very different set of tokenomics, right? I think the tokenomics here, which pays back the investors in reflections and allows us to stake.
Yep.
I think it's really interesting. I think it's got a much bigger use case, and seeing the projects that are now jumping on board, we can give them a kickstart, and they can profit off of our advertising, but in exchange, we're going to be getting a cut of their tax fees to boosting up the price of Thorium. I think that's really cool. I think it's really cool.
Yep.
I mean, imagine if we can get 200 or 300 projects. As soon as people start to realize that this is a great launch pad for their project, people are going to be lining up around the block to provide something like this. If they can immediately pick up a community with 120,000 Telegram members and hundreds of tens of thousands of holders, it gives automatic legitimacy to your project, right? And in exchange for like a percentage of profits later down, not an exchange of profits, it's an percentage of the tax which you're going to be getting anyway. It's really great for both sides. Hey Greens, thanks for dropping by. If you've got any questions, feel free to DM me, or you can unmute yourself. Did you have any other questions, D1, or?
No. Nope.
Sorry, they're doing some construction at the top of my house. It's creating quite a rabble, so I have to keep muting it. Otherwise, guys won't. You'll just be hearing doof 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 doof. So I apologize.
It's okay.
No worries. You're welcome to hang around. Just wanted to make sure that I'd answered everything that you asked. Hey, Oscar. Thanks for dropping by. If you have any question, you can unmute yourself or DM me. Hey, KSD. If you got any question, you can unmute yourself or DM me. Hey, yeah. If you got any questions, feel free to unmute yourself or DM me. No worries.
Oh, hey. Oh, to be honest, I don't have any questions, so I just came to check out.
Hey, no worries, mate. It's we appreciate new people coming and checking us out. Make sure we're real and not just a bunch of bots.
Yeah.
Are you holding any thorium, or are you just coming on to check us out?
Well, I am holding actually. I did participate in
Nice.
votes.
Nice.
Yeah. So
How
I will
are they
keep
working
holding.
out for you? You doing well?
Yeah. It's been well. It's actually good since till now. It's actually good.
Yeah. You do you think you're up? You think like half X or 1X or?
Actually, like maybe 1x.
Oh well, I guess 2X technically, right? You've gone up. You've doubled it. That's amazing. If you must have gone in at 0.6, something like that, 0.7.
Yeah, kind of.
Nice.
So, any good news about this coin? Any big things coming up?
Did you see the news today? The new partnership, strategic partnership that we're going into. Oh, super exciting! We're going to basically be the launch pad for a new token. They're going to release it to our user base first, and you guys will be able to get in pre-sale. And they're launching it outside as well, so you can purchase with BNB, but you'll get a discount if you buy it with Thoreum. So on that side, it's super exciting. But far more exciting is once the token's actually up and running, they've got a tax built in there, and a percentage of that tax will then be used to buy back and burn Thoreum. So, once that token's up and running and people start interacting with it, there'll be tax generated there, and a percentage of that will then be used to purchase Thoreum and immediately burn it. So even once we've finished our own mining, even if everybody diamond hands up and there's nobody else looking to sell, there's still going to be procedures in place that are going to continue buying back, which is super exciting.
Yeah, really interesting.
So very long term.
When this coin is going to be launched? I mean,
I mean, the announcements of this later this week.
later this week. Okay, I'll try to catch it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to catch that one, that's great. I mean, that would be awesome. But for me, the really interesting part is the fact that once it's launched, it's being used to pump up the price of our token. So it's like a partnership, right? They're getting our free advertising, and we're going to get a percentage of their tax for forever and ever. So really exciting.
Yeah, it's fucking interesting. Great news.
Really cool. Really cool. Yeah, apart from that, we've got a few more projects that are going to be dropping into the hot pool soon, as that safe earn was so popular. So we're excited to bring some more options for you guys.
Great.
Yeah.
Token has been approved.
You all right?
Let's go. So thank you for answering, and thank you for chatting with
Oh,
me.
no worries. You're welcome to hang out and just listen in, or if you've got any other questions, feel free to drop back here.
Thanks,
But
man.
thanks for dropping by.
Thank you,
No
man.
worries, anytime.
Thank you. Have a good day. See ya.
See ya. Hey, Duan, welcome back. Hey, the pro. If you've got any questions, you can mute yourself or DM me. Either way is cool. Hey, Fjord, thanks for dropping by. Hey, Ra. If you've got any questions, feel free to unmute yourself, or if you don't have a working microphone, you can DM me. Thanks.
Yeah, do we know like when is this project the partnership starts? Is it today or?
It's hey KS, thanks for the question. It's this week. There's not a specific date launched yet, but it'll be this week.
Okay, and do we need to buy the do we need to buy with the Thorium tokens, or we can just hold and we'll still get the rewards?
So this isn't going to be a pool. What these guys are doing is they're doing something a little bit different. They're going to be using us as like a launch pad for their token. So you're going to be able to purchase pre-sale their token using either BNB or Thorium on our site. If you buy with BNB, that's absolutely fine, or you can buy with Thorium, and you'll get a discount for it. So that's going to be great. After the launch, you'll still be able to purchase their tokens. But what's really interesting for us is long term, they're going to have a tax mechanism built into their tokenomics, and a percentage of that tax is then going to be given back to us to then continue to buy more on it. So long term, it's going to be a great opportunity for us to see an increase in the value of the Thorium that we're holding.
Okay. Yeah, I think I have one more question. So like how are we going to prevent the rug pull from this project, from that new project? Let's say we buy some tokens.
So yeah, go on.
Yeah, if we buy some tokens from that project,
Yeah.
and if they pull out the liquidity, so how are we going to prevent that?
Yeah, I mean, there's no such thing as a sure crypto. Just from previous experience, you can see that we've taken the time to cement ourselves and make sure that we're secure and that we've gone through the audits. And there's no way that we would then partner up with someone that we didn't have complete faith in. We've obviously made sure that any project that we're working with has gone through degrees of auditing, and they have made their code clear to us, and we're happy that their liquidity is locked up. These kind of basic steps, but you'll be able to do your own research, which is something you should always do very soon once we have more information to give out. So super exciting.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
How are you doing with your Thoreum? How's your Thoreum doing today? Is it doing well?
Yes, yeah. So so I never sold it, so I'm just adding like once in a while, like whenever I see there is chance, I'm just keep adding. So it's going good. It's doing good.
Great. Are you staked in any of the pools, or are you just holding in your wallet?
Yeah. So I stake in the vault, and then initially I did some in Boost, the Thunder Boost, and then mostly like my majority is in the vault, and also some I tried in the liquidity pools, the LP pools.
Nice. No, that's cool. Glad you're enjoying your passive income. That's what we're aiming for, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, Coin Ninja. Hey, VJ. Thanks for dropping by. If you guys have any questions, you can unmute yourself, or feel free to DM me any questions, and I will shout them out here.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, Coin Ninja. How you doing, mate? Just dropping by to see how things are going in voice chat. Whereabouts in the world are you?
California.
Wow, that's really early. Crypto never sleeps, though. That's the problem. Hey, you gotta be logged on 24/7.
Well, you know what? I support a lot of telly, so I know you mean. I know what you mean.
We appreciate it. You got any questions, or are you just dropping in to see how things are going?
No, I'm just looking around, hyping everybody up,
Cool.
getting everybody in.
That's what we like to see. Yeah. Well, that's I mean, it's one of the big things with this voice chat is everybody was coming in here and saying, "Oh, is it a bunch of bots and everything?" So, and people have been calling that they want the voice chat. So we're trialing it for a couple of weeks to see if people are enjoying it, and then hopefully we can make it a more permanent thing, and people can drop in here and chat and not just talk about Thoreum, talk about whatever they like.
That's very good. Let me get some more people in here.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And if you just leave yourself logged in, so there's nothing that keeps a crowd going other than a crowd that's already here. So the more participants we can get here, the more people are likely to join. Hey, MT, thanks for logging on. If you have questions, feel free to unmute yourself, or you can just DM me. Hey, Yvonne, if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself or DM me, and I will share out your questions.
Hello.
Hey, Yvonne. Have you got any questions, or are you just jumping on to say hi?
Yeah, just jumping to say hi. Nothing much to say.
No worries. Nice to be here. Thanks for dropping by. Hopefully there'll be some other people on that we can chat to. I'm sure no one wants to hear me just chatting for 2 hours. Hey, David. Thanks for logging on. I've had a question at the end from MT says, will in future listings on exchanges? We're not actually pushing too hard for the exchanges. There are double-edged sword in the experience that we've had. The people that come across from them, well, if you're on an exchange, it's quite often that people don't come here and read the docs and make themselves aware of tax, and then when they find that their tax, all of a sudden they jump into the Telegram and throw a bunch of FUD around the place. So we're much happier to have natural growth and rely on you guys to spread the word and let people come here naturally and read the docs and get acquainted with the project before they invest. We'd much prefer people to be educated about the project before they jump on board. But at the same time, we're not ruling it out. There's definitely some potential in the future. If we launch other coins which aren't quite so complicated, we might push those for exchanges. VJ's asking how much a project can raise through ITO. 1 second. If you're talking about the project that is launching, it can absolutely skyrocket. The project that we're going to be working with has got a great potential, and they're really quite a unique project as well. The tokenomics there is very, very clever, and it's we're not just bringing any old token to your guys' view. They've got to be carefully vetted. They've got to hit a set of criteria. They've got to be safe, and they've got to be interesting. They've got to provide some amount of value to our client. Otherwise, we're not interested in them. So that tick of approval from the developers and from the mod team should be enough to get you guys excited. So really, the sky's the limit for those guys. As long as they then continue to support you guys and continue to provide a good product, they can absolutely fly. When you're talking about how can launching other projects on our platform raise us, really that is another question entirely. I mean, let's put forward a use case. Let's say that we're 3 months from now and the mining has finished and every person that's holding Thoreum as a diamond hands and isn't selling, so the tax drops to next to nothing and there's no APR, so there's no passive reflections, there's no APR. How do we gain value? For a start, we've got the Thor account and the stability that gives us. But really, what is going to increase the prices long term? This project, which we're partnering up with now, are going to be giving us a percentage of their tax. So they're going to be doing transactions. And every transaction on their platform is going to have a tax associated with it. And when they collect that tax, a portion of that comes back to us. It doesn't come back in it's going to come back to us, which then is automatically sold for Thoreum, and that Thoreum is immediately burnt. So you're going to have and that's just looking at one project. Imagine if we get 10 projects. Imagine if we get 20. Imagine if we get 100 projects. Each one of them has tax flowing back to us, constantly buying Thoreum, constantly burning Thoreum, constantly driving up the price of the value of our token. I mean, really, this is a great partnership. They get to legitimize their project, and they get a great user base, and we get they get that time, they get that right at the beginning, which is when they need it. To get a project launched isn't easy. Advertising is very expensive. So to get something like that, it's a great leg up for that. But long term, we're the ones that are going to be really profiting from allowing them to launch their product on our platform. Thank you for the question. I've got a question from MT. He says, thanks. Next question is, when is the real AMM from Thor online on the roadmap it says 30 to 45 days. I will ask them to update the roadmap. Obviously, we're still a potential that you'll get it there within the time frame, but it's looking like it's going to be a little bit tight. It's definitely in the pipeline. The developers are being super careful to make sure that every aspect of this project is safe, secure, and actually brings value to our client base. There's no point in us putting out, another AMM that's just the same as every other one on the market. It's got to bring something new to table, something that's going to be exciting, something that's going to give you guys something to talk about and value to your token. And most of all, it's got to provide value for Thoreum. Thoreum is going to be the store of value on this platform. It's got to be something that moves us towards that goal. Thank you for the question, MT. If any of the guys have got questions, feel free to unmute yourself or shout out. You can DM me directly. MT's asking again, you say in the large and long term, what is for you long term? Are you talking about me personally? Are you talking about Thoreum? Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about Thoreum, that's definitely the position that I see us in. I think that if you start to think about Thoreum rather less of a token and more a governance token, there's going to be a huge use case for us with such a strong base. We're going to be able to support a lot of these different projects that come online and are looking for a launch pad or something to align themselves to lend themselves legitimacy and give them that starting boost. And obviously we can so that's I'm very bullish. I'm just doing everything I can to fill my bags with Thoreum. I've dumped out of just about everything else now, and I'm holding because I think once the mine is finished here, I think I mean use case will be made very clear before that. But I think once the mining finishes here, you're going to see, because there's no place to turn the tap off either. The tax is going to continue. The buyback and burn is going to continue. I think you're going to see the price absolutely rocket. Like I can't see any possibility that it'll do anything other than rocket. I don't see any other way. Because even if you say, oh, what happens when we hit 50 cents and we get a bunch of sales? When you get a bunch of sales, all that happens is that you're supercharging that Thor account. You're just constantly pumping B into that Thor account, which gives Thor's hammer strikes more power, gives the buyback and the buyback and burn more power, which then continues to raise the price up. MT's messaging again. Thank you for all the questions. He says maybe 1 month, 5 months, 1 year. Whew. Well, I think 1 month we're going to start to see a lot more use cases for Thoreum. I think you've already seen the hot pools and the way that they work. There's so many other tokens coming in line that want to use the hot pools and they want to basically use it to advertise their project. And obviously you guys gain free utility out of that, because while you're in the hot pools, you don't pay any tax to get in, you don't pay any fees to get in, you can still get your reflections, but now you also get a native token in another native token in another project. So those work out really well. So I think you're going to see more of that. Obviously you're going to see this new partnership launch within this month, so hopefully that's going to be a huge success. I know how much you guys love pre-sale, and getting pre-sale at a discount is obviously a big advantage, and it's going to draw in new users as well. If there's a way for people to purchase pre-sale tokens at a discounted price and they have to buy Thoreum, okay, yeah, they might be instantly selling them again to then purchase the pre-sale tokens, but what's happening as they're buying and as they're selling, there's tax. So that tax then goes to reflections, which goes into each of our pockets that are holding, and it also gives funds to the Thor account. So yeah, those people might only be holding temporary, but it's a huge amount of transactions that are going to go through, which all of us that are holders of Thoreum are going to benefit from. If you talk about 5 months to a year, yeah, I mean, once the mining is finished, that's really when this project becomes interesting, and we stop thinking about Thorium as a token and think about it as like a governance token, something that you're going to have to, I can foresee projects later down the line where if you want to gain another token, you have to stake Thorium. Imagine that, and then the only way that people can get hold of that is to purchase it from a now entirely deflationary coin. There's no new coins being minted. There's no way to gain access to new coins. You've got to buy them off people that are holding them, and those people are diamond hands. Those people are not willing to sell. What happens? The price goes up. The price rockets up. It's really, really interesting. Thank you for the question, MT. There's a few new people on, so I'll just do a quick shout out. Hey Greens, hey Thomas, hey David, hey Yvonne still here, hey MT still here, hey Coin Ninja still here, and then a few mods. Appreciate you for dropping in. If any of you have any questions, technical or about the partnership, feel free to unmute yourselves and shout out, or you can DM me and I will answer your questions here. MT again. Thanks for all the answers. Kiss from the Kurdish brother. Yeah, I hold when price reach 0.2 or 0.3, I will sell 30% from my back. Hey, each one of us has got to do our own strategy. I'm not going to tell you how to sell your buy and sell your tokens. I think 0.2 to 0.3 is probably an interesting price point to make sure that you're covering your initial stake. I'm maybe a little bit more bullish than you. I think I see a strong use case for $1. Honestly, I think 100x from here is really nothing. I think when you see the stability that the Thor account can provide, and we've been here for a month and all we've seen is up. I think I can't see an outcome where we end up less than $1. So selling it to 0.2 and 0.3 for me doesn't make sense. I'll hang on. Thanks very much. But each of us does to do their own, right? I mean, just make sure you're holding a little bit, and then you'll be fine. Thanks for all your questions. Hey Thomas. Hey Greens. If you guys got questions, feel free to unmute yourself. I'm sure no one's just to hear my voice rabbiting on for 2 hours. But if you don't have a microphone that's working, feel free to DM me and I will answer your questions here. Jump into the main chat, see if anyone's got any questions there.
I think a lot of people are still sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, we're a very international group here. There's from all over the world. So we've been running this voice chat different times of the day to see when people are logging on and who's chatting and who likes to listen. I'm happy to talk by myself, but yeah, it's interesting to see the different user groups coming on.
Yeah, it's no problem.
You woken up a bit now? You managed to get coffee in yourself?
Yeah, 2 shots of whiskey and a Rockstar, ready to go. Let's go.
Ready for a morning of crypto.
Yeah, that's right. Gotta do some errands today and then crypto all day.
Yeah, knock the errands on the head. Not worth doing. Not worth doing.
Whiskey in the morning wakes you up. You're ready to go.
Yeah, it gets you going. Hair of the dog. That's the trick.
That's
Work
right.
for my mum, and if it works for my granny and grandpa, then it'll work for me.
It keeps all the bad stuff away. You know, all the COVID and all that mess. You know,
Yeah.
burn it out.
I don't know about the rock stars though. I think that might be that might counteract it a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I'm a hydraulic mechanical engineer, so I feel a lot of pain. So when I go and I take these,
Wow.
it bubbles it up. Yeah, it numbs everything out. So you're good to go.
Oh, I thought you were joking. Wow, that's intense.
Yeah. Well, it all started on the train yard when I worked on trains, passenger train and freight train.
Okay.
You know, and we bend a lot of conduit, and it's big steel
Right.
pipe things that get bent. And I'm only 5'5".
Right. Little
Try
guy.
pulling. Yeah, try pulling the pole on that thing. Yeah.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. That's good money, but you know, crypto, good flip, right?
Yeah, I mean, people are getting in now. We saw a lot coming with their stimulus checks over in the States. That really saw a huge bump up. But now people are like, I want to get in more. I want to get in more. I'm like, well, you need some value to get in harder, and that's where a lot of people are struggling now. Is that their incomes gets burnt every month. So yeah, they're making profits here and there in crypto, but if they hit a bad month and they get rugged or something like that and they go back to zero, they don't have a store of value to get back in again, right?
Yeah. Oh, I got rugged the other day by a zombie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They took
I
a
don't know,
lot.
zombie.
Yeah, they took a lot. Yeah.
Really? Yikes.
Yeah. But
Did
aside
I mean, were there any red lights? Or was there any like
no,
you
it
did all
was
the research you could do, I guess?
it was on the day the night before a new stable coin was being released. And it was
Okay.
we were pre-mining it before. So everybody was ready to
Oh,
sell.
okay.
Yeah, and as soon as the next day started, boom. The chat room just loaded up with bots, and I was like, "Oh, here it comes."
Oh,
we're getting
yes.
rugged.
Yeah,
No, but
that's
Thorium,
fun. It's no fun.
yeah, Thorium's pretty solid because I've made some good change. You know, just letting it sit there in the
Yeah.
vaults, thunder.
Yeah. The vaults have been really good. I've been enjoying them a lot. But right now, with the amount of traffic we're getting, just holding in your wallet is doing really well. To be honest with
Yeah.
you, the reflections.
Very, very good.
Hey, Lester, I've just had to mute you, mate. I think you're cleaning your house or something. If you want to be unmuted, just raise your hand, DM me, and I'll unmute you. Sounded like he was flushing a toilet or something.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so you're all in on the vaults, or you've got some spread around, or?
I'm spread around in Thorium. I don't move
Yeah.
very often in Thorium, but
No, don't move. Don't move.
yeah, it's very, very rare.
It gets
that I
real
move.
expensive to move.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But let's see. I might drop and buy in under $200-300 here. Let's see what happens. And right now the price is very low.
I mean, yeah. I mean that's the thing is I'm constantly trying to work out, you know, the next price point that you can buy in at, and at the same time I'm sitting here going, you know where this is going, you know it's going to go to $1. So what does it matter if
yeah,
it's,
it is.
you know, a penny, a penny, or 1.1 or 1.2 or 1.3 or 2 or 2.5? Like, you're going to be joking, you're going to be laughing at yourself for worrying about those you know, fractions of a penny later, further down the line.
Honestly, when it was down in incremental coin, that's a profit right there. When you see something like that, and then when it jumps to a penny or 2 cents, good lord, you can see profit already. You know, just a little bit.
Yeah,
a
you're
little,
100% right.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of projects.
I mean,
that small incremental, and then they changed on the bear market.
Yeah.
Big time.
I mean, I see some people selling off, and I wish they'd jump in chat before, because I'd love to know their thinking behind those sales. Like, I don't understand you're with the tax, unless they're leaving the project. If you don't believe in it, that's fine. We don't want you here. That's all cool. But if you're thinkers, you think you're going to get back in again at a lower price point, with the tax as high as it is, there's no way that you can get back in and break even. It's impossible. We're not going to see 0.85 or something like that again. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to go back down. Yeah, I know. It's been pretty stable.
I mean, it could go a little bit, but it's not going to go 30%, right?
Yeah.
Which is what it needs to get back in at the same value.
Yeah. It's gonna go soon, up to 10 cents. I bet it. I see it coming.
How's that Thor account looking? You see, look at that Thor account, 3,678 BNB, 1.2 something $1 million worth of liquidity, just sitting there waiting to drop.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, you better have some money.
It's crazy.
You better have some Thorium, holding some Thorium. You know, it's gonna go straight into your wallet or straight into your Thunder. You know, the last I remember when you guys first started and the Thunder kept dropping, and I was like, man, look at my Thorium, it keeps going up. You know?
Yeah.
And I had some friends in my room, and they were looking at it, and they're like, "Is that number real?" I'm like, "Yeah, look, just check it out. Just wait a few more minutes. They're gonna hit it again."
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna go again. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's algorithmic based. I mean, there's definitely a human element to it, but it's on an algorithm. I wish I knew how it worked, because it would be amazing to just be able to sit here and like pre-guess it when it was coming in. Yeah, right. It would be amazing.
Let me see.
At the same time, the number of people that come in, when do we get to 2 pennies or 3 pennies, something like that. And apart from ego, unless you're looking to sell, there's no advantage for us to use that Thor account to bump price up. We're much better looking at stable growth, and then having that as security long term once the mining's done, right?
Right. It's better. It's best for a project to go nice and slow anyway in the beginning, because if you look at all the other projects that's going on right now, the pump and dump is very heavy. They kill projects within a day or two. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, even with the anti-whale technology that we've got here, if you scroll back to our launching days, it was a bun fight. I mean, we went down to 0.3 up to, I think, 1.4. It was crazy. But it's leveled out now, and we're just seeing nice stable growth. More than growth, though, is that we seem to hit these beautiful. I'm just having a look at the chart now. We seem to hit these beautiful plateaus of resistance, which is so nice to see. Like, I'm just loading it up now, but it seems like a penny looks like it's our new plateau. I can't see it dropping below that. I mean, the market just looking at today doesn't look great, but if you zoom out and you see, we had a plateau at like 0.9, and then we had one before that at why is this not loading for longer? Yeah, before that we had one at 0.6, then we had one at 0.5, and then so trending up. I mean, you get spikes, you get dips for sure, but each one of these, there's just no way someone could be profiting from trading. It's just not built for that.
I just got your invite.
Yeah. If you got some free time, that'd be great.
There's 5 here. How come they're not in the chat?
Right. I'm gonna have to whip them up. In fairness, I haven't posted that. I will let them know.
Yeah. Well, they're online here. I can see them. Let's see if I
Yeah.
can.
I will push them.
It's better to have more of us in the chat, so then newer investors that come in, they can see us from the rate party.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is that I really want the chat to be open as much as possible. So I've been pushing it hard with the development team to have it open, because I know as an investor myself, if I go to a Telegram page and I see that the chat's not open, or that there's nothing like that, I'm sitting there going, am I looking at real people? Am I looking at bots? Whereas if the chat's open and you hear a real conversation, it doesn't even have to be about the project, but just it gives some reassurance that there is something going on. And it's nice to have users chatting, but it's also nice to have at least one moderator there, so that, you know, it's not just chat that's been left open and then what do they say, like letting the kids play in there.
Random party chat.
Yeah. Like those telephone chats back in the day, huh?
Yep.
Pipelines.
On the line. Can barely hear the guy in the end. That's too funny. There you go. Telegram doesn't let me send messages anymore to random people.
You've been blocked, have you?
Yeah, quite a few times.
No worries. Well, that's what we like. I like that kind of attitude. I like that kind of attitude.
Yeah, even Twitter got me too. Twitter's. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, Twitter got me. I couldn't post for a while or like anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got blocked on Twitter for telling a joke. It wasn't offensive or anything. It was, you know what it's like. You get one of these Karens that will come on and they just dislike something, and I don't know. It must go into an algorithm or something, and then that was it. Blocked.
Yeah.
I never bothered chasing it up. I was bored of Twitter at that point.
It may have been one of the shill raids on one of the, posting on one of the other projects. I might have went a little too nuts.
Oh no, 100%. Yeah. No. You've been Casblocked now. That's it. You're done for. It's time for a new account. That's the only chance.
Goodness, it's all good. It happens.
Yeah. I had to nick the wife's phone. I was like, I need to set up a new Telegram account. I'm gonna have to use your number, and accidentally didn't block off the telephone number. So immediately the scam calls start coming through. It was I was like, oh no, quickly log on. Need to delete that. They don't care. They'll call you anytime. They'll call middle of the night, and it's always from these like weird numbers from around the world. I don't know how cost effective it is making these long distance calls, but right.
Yeah, and they're trying to get something from you, but you don't know what it is. And I remember there was one that called me, and he said,
"Know what it is? My money." No.
He's like, "Do you know what a wallet seed is?" I'm like, "No, I don't. I don't know what that is." And they called me quite a few times trying to get wallet seeds from me from Telegram. Yeah, it was crazy.
So dumb. That's so dumb.
It's so wild,
Yeah. I mean, literally, like a quarter of the messages I send on here are warning people about scammers. I mean, they're getting so good. They've got set up where it looks like you're logging into Wallet or MetaMask and actually just giving your seed phrase away. And people will jump on here like, oh, I tried to log into your authenticating page and now all my Thoreum's gone. I was like, that's not our authenticating page. You are being scammed. You should have done a little bit of research. Like, what is the website that they're sending you to? Oh, out of nowhere this is a scam.com,
I'm here to take all your money. Oh goodness, that's so
right.
bad. Yeah, that's so bad.
Although I did have a what's it called, a positive story with it earlier. Somebody thought they got scammed because what was he said he had fat fingers or something like that. When you accidentally click the wrong thing, like, my Thoreum's gone, I got scammed, like I made a mistake, like all this. And I was like, did you give out your seed phrase? And he's no, but they got me through this, and I was like, you didn't give out your seed phrase. I'm sure that you didn't get scammed. And we managed to backtrack his BS skin, and he just deposited it all into the vault. Like he thought he'd thrown it all away. He'd already set up a new wallet, like transferred everything else out of it to protect it. And I was like, no, it's still there, it's still fine. He's like, oh well, I'll put it out there and move that across the new wallet. I was like, do not do that. You're gonna you need to learn from your mistakes. You're gonna pull out of the vault. You're gonna lose all your percentage for coming out early. Like I was like, you just need to learn to maintain 2 or 3 wallets. I think the majority of us that have been here a while have at least a dozen, right?
Jeez. Yeah, I have about 4 of them, and
yeah,
one in Poly, and Poly network.
Oh yeah,
compared to BSC.
Pretty fast.
BSC,
yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's congested in BSC right now. Everybody's jumping in now.
Oof, BSC is crazy. BSC is. I was making a video for Thoreum yesterday to show people how to mint liquidity pairs and how to stake them on the site, and it took best part of 40 minutes. It was crazy.
Yeah, it takes a good learning curve to figure out liquidity pairs. You know, a lot of people are not used to farming, you know, like the standard way with liquidity pairs.
Yeah.
But liquidity pairs.
Yeah, I got into Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, liquidity pairs are actually pretty good to have, because if the price goes up, also the liquidity pair that's paired with that will go up too. So BNB
Yeah,
and BUSD.
I didn't go into impermanent loss and things like that in too much depth, because I tried to keep it pretty airy. But no, I mean people need to be aware of that. But apart from that, I mean the liquidity pairs is great. I got into that back on what was that one? Alchemix. They were the ones that got me into liquidity pairing. Really nice project over on the Ethereum network. But
Nice.
once you've done it once, it makes perfect sense. And what's really nice about our liquidity pairs over here on Thoreum is, yeah, you get taxed on the way in, and then you get taxed when you break the pair. But the rest of the time, there's no tax, so you can move those what's it called, those coins around as much as you like.
What's this one? I didn't even know I had this one in here. I do have a liquidity pair in here. That's fine.
You do? What is it? We got a Thorium something?
It's Thoreum BUSD. Oh, I got a few of them.
Oh, that one's done well.
Huh. Actually,
have you moved across? Are you in one of the dynamics, or are you still in one of the ones?
I'm here in the Asgard. The Thoreum BUSD 3.
But I think. BUSD 3 is great.
Yeah, I'm also in the standard Thoreum BUSD LP. Huh.
Okay.
It just has a harvest. It doesn't have anything staked in there. That's odd. Okay.
Yeah, you must have pulled everything out of it. You must have pulled everything out of it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's no problem as long as.
But that's yeah, but that's why I made that video, because if you look at that Thoreum USDT, the APY there is still great, still getting 1.5% a day. Whereas any of the hot pools that they launch normally die, not die, but the API drops off so fast, so many people jump in. But I guess because there's just that extra level of complexity to making the liquidity pair and then getting it across here, that people just aren't, or they're scared to do it or something. So it was. I thought it would be a good learning tool for people to be taken step by step through the process.
Yeah. Doing the liquidity pairs can be very confusing. Do you guys do the liquidity pairing here on Thoreum, or is it on PancakeSwap?
PancakeSwap.
Okay. You guys should throw it here so that you guys can do it here on Thoreum.
Sorry, man, I just had to step away. What was that?
I was suggesting maybe you guys can do it here on Thoreum for the liquidity pairs, so you don't have to buy off to PancakeSwap.
Yeah, we've talked to the devs for it. It's in the pipeline. It's really a matter of only so many hours in the day, right?
Right.
I mean, they could have a portal, like if you go to the homepage and you want to buy Thoreum, there's a little portal there so that you can buy it, but it's basically just linking you through to PancakeSwap.
Nice.
And it sets the slippage for you.
Jeez, there's so many people online, but there's nobody wanting to coming into the chat.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Are you shilling us there, are you?
Doing?
There you go.
Oh, who's that? Hey, Joro. How you doing, buddy?
Doing fine. Weekend's over. Back to business.
Weekend over, back to business. I'm sorry. We'll try and get over the Monday blues.
But really all is the same with the voice chat. And we are 7 people here. I don't know why nobody is interested. Nobody has question. All are satisfied or what?
Let's hope that it's that. Let's hope that it's satisfied. I was saying to someone yesterday that we've got a weird dichotomy going on here, because this is kind of a token where you want people to log on and engage and get excited and get that punk going and everything like that. At the same time, we're telling people, drop your coins in this vault and come in 90 days time and see what we've done with them, kind of thing. So we need to address that strange interaction, I guess. But I'm not seeing a lot of problems popping up in the chat. So I guess everybody's just happy. Also Mondays, right? Everybody's getting over the weekend. It's a weird time zone. What's this? What time are we now? 2 p.m. GMT. It's still a little early. Give people a couple of hours. But I guess once people have bought their Thoreum, and we've made that as easy as we can, and all of the information readily available now, and even staking has become very easy. We've got tutorials up for how to do most of the basic things that people want to do. I don't know how many more questions we can ask, how many more we can answer. I mean, the only new information today is this new partnership, which is super exciting. I think we're gonna. I think for both of us, both for the token that's launching, I'm actually I've got the information of the token that's coming sitting in front of me. It's just been rotated around to me, and when I was talking before about producing something that's coming onto the market, it's completely different. This is very interesting. There's a lot of very interesting. Yeah, incredible. Wow. Yep, can't wait for you guys to see that. I'm going to close it before I accidentally say something I'm not supposed to. But pre-sale will open later this week, and anyone that wants to purchase that using Thoreum will get a nice discount. So that's going to be good. You can still buy with BNB, obviously, but and some people were saying that help us if they're just buying Thoreum and then selling it straight away to get this pre-sale token. But realistically, even if they come here, purchase Thoreum and immediately sell it, we get the tax from it, right? Everybody that's holding will get reflections, and we'll get that Thor account will get a nice boost. Did coin need to disappear? Yeah.
I can't unmute with a click. My question was whether there will be some more information about Sneak Peek, like website or so, or that one can read the tokenomics and what's it's all about Sneak Peek.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the reason I'm not talking is because I'm actually avidly reading here to try and ingest it so that I can ask the questions to the developers I know that you guys are going to ask me. Obviously, I'm not allowed to leak too much information, but all I can say is that it's definitely in line with the use case that you're already getting from Thoreum, so there won't be a big shock to the system. A couple more hints. Look at the way that Fern is working. There are very definite parallels to this new project, but it with another token that people know better than Safer, and might have more use case than just giving reflections in Safer. So I think that's probably as much as I can say without without giving it away. As for the timeline, if I'm looking at the paper for it now, that means that they must be in the final stages of getting it, you know, worded up and get it looking nice to present it to you guys, and getting all the advertising right and everything like that. But I mean, it's going to be a pre-sale, so don't worry about it. You're not going to miss it. I'm sure the pre-sale won't be it'll have a time frame that's attached to it, and you guys will get plenty of time to get excited and get the information out there. But yeah, it literally just sent it to me, so I'm looking at it for the first time, and I'm hoping that you guys are going to be as excited as I am, because it is very, very interesting. Hey,
so
yes,
who first?
Sorry. Oh, lost you again, Jaro. Sorry, mate. If you want to try again, or you can just DM me your question if you're struggling with your microphone.
Googling Sneak Peek right now will not necessarily lead you to the right place, I think.
No, mate. Sorry. One more time, or just DM me the question.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can. Yes, try again.
What I said is Googling Sneak Peek right now will not necessarily lead you to the right place, I think.
No, I'm not. No. Sneak peek, I meant it maybe it's an English term. I mean, it's like when you're able to see something ahead of where it's available. Like, you know, if you open a book and you look at one page and then you close it, that's a sneak peek. The token's not called sneak peek. If I gave that, what's it called? I apologize. I see. I'm gonna have to be really careful what I say around you guys. You guys are listening to everything, huh? It's real careful. You're gonna get fired.
I'm from Germany. I'm not a native speaker, and I really thought the project is Sneak Peek.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I love that. I absolutely love that. Oh dear, that's too good. No, absolutely not. Sorry. Oh dear. No. In all seriousness, no. If you want to get an idea of how this is going to work, make sure that you're very au fait with Safen. It's very, very similar, but more exciting. And for me, the most exciting is the fact that built into the tokenomics of the new token is going to be a buyback and burn of Thoreum. So if they continue on for 20 years, all that time we're going to be getting a cut of their taxes, which will continue to buy Thoreum, which will immediately be being burnt. So that's going to give us a huge amount of stability as people sell off, and us long-term holders are really going to profit from it. So from that it's super exciting. And that's assuming that we just have one. I mean, I can see a use case where we've got 10 projects like this, 20 projects, 100 projects. For a project that's to get off the ground, having something like this is super exciting for them. I mean, it has credibility lent to it, and already a user base which is which is already on board. So I can see why they're keen on it, but from our side, having getting that tax ever and ever is long term. It's going to be really, really good.
Okay, I have to push the spacebar to talk. But they will have to sell the native token against cake to pay the reward. Is that right?
Sorry, say again. I can hear you. I just didn't understand the question.
For the project I mentioned, the sneak peek, they will later have to sell their native token against cake to pay the cake rewards.
Sorry, why saying cake?
Try it once again. The new project we are talking about. They later will have to sell their native token against cake to pay the cake rewards.
And I don't know why you're talking cake. I don't know what that's got to do with it. Sorry, maybe we've got a little.
Isn't the reward token cake with the announced new partnership?
Just a minute. I might be a little bit behind. I've been on chat for a couple of hours. Let me just have a look at what's been announced. Oh, I see what you're saying. Right. Sorry. I decided to build a token with built-in holder rewards of cake and thorium, 20% at a time. Okay, so when you were asking how quickly are they getting this information out, it looks like they're already starting to drop some information. So I can give you some explanation towards this then. So what was your question? If they're going to have to sell the token to get cake, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I'm in several other coins that are paying BNB or paying ADA or paying BTC. And at some point, when they've collected a certain amount of tokens by tax, they sell it in the market. And what I'm in, it doesn't really work. It isn't really good for the price.
Yeah, I mean the places that I've seen done it on a scale where it works like big enough, and the other places that I've seen it doesn't it doesn't work with meme coins. That's from personal experience. That's not from developers' side. The ones where I have seen it work are ones where they're working with something like BNB, but there is very definitely a stimulus where they have to have constant, new users and new people coming into it, so that the tax can be high enough so that they can generate enough of the new token to then make it worthwhile holding on to those ones. But again, you know this project, you know the developers from this one, they're not going to put something forward that's not going to have a value to it, that's not going to provide you guys with something that's new and in. I would hold off on your reticence. I 100% understand it, because I've been in a couple of those early on. I know where you're coming from. Now that they're starting to release a little bit more information, and I can see the white paper here in front of me. Just hold off until you see the numbers, and how interesting they are and how they're linking in with Thoreum. I thought it was just at the end, just as a tax, but they're actually linking in with Thoreum in a couple of different parts of it. It's very, very interesting. So hold off on it, and we'll come to you with more information as soon as we're able to.
I'm really astonished that there are a lot of tokens which do have a really good concept, and you got a lot of TD members, obviously not only bots, but if you look at the number of holies and number of TD members, there's a big difference. I think sometimes people only want to shell, and then they are satisfied, and they are not going to invest any money. And if some people start getting out, yeah, then it happens.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about the Telegram numbers in our group, and I mean, I'm sure that there are a percentage that are bots. We can't stop them getting in, unfortunately. I don't know how long with the project, but the early days for Thoreum were crazy. I mean, the Telegram was set up pre-sale, and unfortunately, the previous project that the developers were working on was hacked. So everybody instantly crossed from there and started, spamming this group, and people, and obviously that caused a lot of so more and more people jumped in to just see what the ruckus was about, and see what happened to us once pre-sale finished. So the numbers were crazy high from day one, and as I said, we picked up to beforehand, so a lot of people came across from there. For sure, I mean, as mods, we see there are specific times of the day that it gets very busy, and we're always excited to see new people. But I think the other problem is I'm still getting people that log on now that I haven't spoken to in best part of a month, and they're like, "Oh, just checking up on how my Thoreum's doing. Everything's good." Like, close up, and then I don't think I'll see them for another month. So I think we've got quite a big user base, but it's maybe not the most active user base. And it's the kind of token where you don't have to be super active. So I guess it works out in their favor, right? Okay, guys. Well, if there's no other questions, I think I will close the voice chat for now. We might be on later today as the next time zone comes online, and I imagine that there'll be lots of questions about the new strategic partnership that we're going through. But I just want to take a moment to thank all of you that have logged in to listen in today. this will be being posted to YouTube tomorrow, hopefully. So if you want